Hey everyone, welcome back to the Star Trek uh Lower Decks first reaction streams. We took a little break last week cuz I was busy on Thanksgiving. Shocking. My family were like, "No, come eat a meal with us on this Thursday." Does everyone want to go around and introduce themselves?
Hi, I'm Marcelo Stroza. I'm a writer, a podcaster, and a Twitch streamer.
Hello, I'm Stanley. I am a writer, a podcaster, an improviser, an artist, a dancer in my mind, a singer in my heart. Neither of those last two things in reality.
Hey, I'm Rachel, podcaster. You can often find me here. Um, and we were actually talking about two episodes this week, Fully Dilated and Upper Decks. So if you want to give your thoughts on both those episodes, sorry if it's been a second since you watched the one from last week.
Well, I watched it a bunch, so I can start. I loved last week's episode. Super fun. The only thing that I found frustrating, and then in talking it out on the salon, as often happens, and hearing other opinions, I've come around to it. Tendi bothered me last week because I felt like she was very out of character, especially given that the down on the planet took place over about a year.
Yeah.
Like, how have you not hashed this out? You normally hash this out in 24 minutes. How's it taken? But I came around to it, and it was like not just for plot reasons, but it was fun. I really enjoyed Lynn becoming a beauty influencer. I just think that's incredible, and she's very nonchalant about it. Is like, also, we are rich now.
Yeah, I love that. I'm like, I wish I could live like that. We
Yeah,
have money now.
Mariner.
Great.
Yeah, Mariner's side quest was super fun. I wish we got to see more of what happened in that prison instead of just her coming out of the prison a couple of times. I just have to say that micheladas are disgusting. They're not for me. And if they're your beverage
I think on the
or
salon last
cartoon,
week you described what they were and gross.
yeah,
I
it's a
like a
Bloody
Bloody
Mary with
Mary.
beer
Don't put
instead
beer
of
in it.
vodka. Yeah,
Yeah. Ugh.
Blech.
So
Like
wait a minute. So wait a minute. That drink is actually real?
yes.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
I
I'll
was
never
sad
even
that
try
it
that.
always has the insane amount of accoutrement that was like part of it.
yeah. It's
Okay.
pretty popular in Arizona. You know, it's a Bloody Mary with a beer instead of a shot of vodka. Sometimes both.
Oh
And
no.
the accoutrement can change.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just a celery stick. Sometimes it's just the beverage and
Yeah.
not breakfast. But either way, to me, it's disgusting. Not for me.
Hmm. Yeah, I really loved last week's episode, and the thing that I loved about it so much was I loved how obsessed Tandy was with making herself stick out so that she could get promoted to so that she can get promoted to science. And I love that she spent the basically the whole episode locked in a room talking to a head of data. That
Mhm.
really, really, really for some reason made me happy. I do agree with you, Stan, that it was humongously out of character, but for this storyline and this storyline only, I sort of let it go. And also, this was the first episode that I really enjoyed to Lynn. Like
Mm,
I've had I've had a I've had some issues understanding why a lot of people um gravitate towards her because to me she just came off as like a oh it's like a standard Vulcan, but there was something about her charm in last week's episode that I just found really really wonderful. I just she was so delightful in last week's episode. I don't know what it was. It was so cool. It's just great. And all the stuff that happened with Mariner going in and out of prison, I thought was wonderful. That guy that was chasing that was chasing them around was just like, what, dude, get a life. Like
I think
it
I
was just so
enjoyed
great.
Snell even more on my second watch because I was just like him going yeah in the
yeah.
background.
Right. Yeah.
No
Yeah.
gooblers, you
Yeah.
say?
The
Good
little
person.
just
Suspicious.
is off topic. I saw Larry David like in conversation last night, and he would like often was making weird noises, and I rewatched the episode there, and I was like, does he kind of sound like Snell? Like,
Yeah, and noted in the chat, yeah, having Brent Spiner back, I
yeah,
I love the way that they did it. Like, uh, first, I feel a little dated out and soon charactered out
yes,
because there are so many now, but they found a way to make it
yeah.
fresh.
I
Uh,
guess I'm definitely sooned out. I was like, as long as it's just Data, I'm usually good. If it's some other variation, I'm like, I love you, Brent Spiner. There's
I also want to
a
know
lot of them.
how they handled the Duras sisters in that purple universe because the purple D is still around.
That is a great question. Yeah, they didn't even. They were just like, ah, it's a Purple Enterprise.
Mm.
We're not questioning that. Um, but I also, yeah, I really enjoyed the episode last week. It was a lot of fun seeing the girls on a weird road trip that they didn't really spend that much time together. While Boimler and Rutherford were up to some weird shit.
They
Yeah,
were
that
looking
was
constant for the whole
Yeah.
episode. Disgusting.
oh no, we have to wipe
off
up
our
these
shirts for no
micheladas. We have to lick this red sauce off of the
Oh
console.
my
Yeah.
god, guys! Like,
Shrimp.
guys, like, aren't there any like nap or
A
cleaning
towel
utensils?
around. Maybe this
A
is why you're not
towel?
supposed to
Come
bring
on.
food into the.
Yeah, right. Transporter room.
It is like knowing those beverages, and I have seen them spilled. It is a little ridiculous that they could have just wiped off the
Yeah.
console in one, but
I mean, I've never had a Micheladas. I've had a Bloody Mary though. It can't be that different of consistency.
yes.
Like,
Yeah, I did. There were bits of last week. I was like, even for a cartoon taking place in the future, some of this is a little far fetched. Like this doesn't make sense, but it was so fun. I just got over it.
yeah, it was one of those. I was like, does this make sense? I don't think I care actually. Like, just continue being.
Yeah.
They did that. Well, luckily split and then corrected the lickety. I also, and I figured talk about real quick about this week's episode, and then we can kind of go back and forth. And what did you think about this week's episode, Upper Decks?
I love this week's episode because I have been dying for an episode focused around the senior officers, and this episode gave me exactly what I wanted because you get to see a day in the life through their eyes. Like I and it was so funny watching them all go through sort of like their own personal demons in this episode. Like
Yeah.
Shax had to deal with his demons. Taana had to deal with her thing. Like
Yeah, Shaq
the fact that
literally dealing with PTSD.
yeah,
Like,
and the fact that Dr. T had to deal with her obsession with pain just fucking cheered me the hell up. Like, oh my god, that was simply amazing. And also watching the captain go through her daily schedule was like just so entertaining.
yeah, I was like, it was starting as someone who's maybe feeling a little burned out from work right now. I was like, I'm relating to you more than I wish to right now.
Yeah, I loved the episode. I watched it late last night because I remembered that it had premiered just on my phone as I was falling asleep, and so I had to watch it again this morning and liked it even more. I agree with Marcella. It was nice to see more about these characters that we haven't gotten a lot about since they aren't the main cast. And I love seeing the bit of character development. It makes me more sad that this is the final season because this feels like middle of the series kind of episode to learn more about them and then explore in future seasons. And hopefully we'll get movies, but what we learned about these folks, like Ransom isn't quite as dim-witted as he comes off. Ta'ana, I I still feel like Ta'ana is a little one note, but it doesn't bother me. I think in a lot of other shows, like a character being basically just this curmudgeon-y whatever would be annoying after a time. But like that is her role on this ship. That is her role in her relationship with Shax. I wish they had explored that a little bit because they're two things being completely separate. Would be interesting to see how they interact. Since because they're still together so far as we know. So her pain threshold, his inner demons, like how does that impact their relationship? And then I just loved seeing more of Westlake, and then that lieutenant. He's gonna hate me for this, but I was just like, that's the will of Lower Decks from Will from the Salon, the guy doing his monologue, and I was like, those two queens, I know they're exploring each other's celestial wormhole. I just know it, and I love seeing more gay people in Star Trek.
That is always good. I also really enjoyed the episode. I really enjoyed Billup's like insanity. Just the I think my favorite line reading is "What constitutes an emergency for you?" And he's like, "That's only for an emergency." Because I feel like I have said that often when people are like, "No, that's only for emergency use," and I was like, "What do you think this is?" Like,
your lack of planning is not my emergency.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorites. I love Billups's log, just like, and nothing engineering happened today. Okay, bye.
Yeah. I so was like, Bagel gave me a tummy ache, but it went away.
It's like, yep, this is what we want in the chief engineer's log.
Yeah.
Thank you, Commander Billups.
Maybe we had, and I'd forgotten the nurse. Like Tana's nurse had not really been shown that much before, right?
We've just seen him from the side, and
from
like
the side, not like an actual character.
I've seen Westlake like since season 1, but never really interacted with her.
They clearly were the one that was like they're not doing paid Tiana's not doing paid management, right?
No.
They're like, it's a problem.
No, but until this episode, I was like, wait a minute, she does have a nursing assistant, because I didn't remember that guy at all. Like every time we would go to like the sick bay, like I just kind of like
I don't think they've spoken before.
Right.
But they've just like,
I think he's had like one line.
Okay.
But mostly he's just referenced. And I'm pretty sure he's named after the composer for the show, who's Chris Westlake.
Right.
Thank you, Battery. Yeah, Westlake was a zombie. I forgot that.
That's right.
He's been there from the jump.
Yeah.
That's right. He's been there from the jump. I really like your idea, Stan, of doing an episode based around Dr. T and Shax to see how their relationship dynamic works with her pain threshold and his PTSD. I mean, it will be really interesting to jump into an episode to make it all focused around them. Or you could also run the episode through the lower deckers and have them have to interact with Shax and Dr. T for some reason.
Yeah.
Has it never occurred to Miglimo to ask if Shax needs therapy before?
Well, we've learned Miglimo is not a great therapist.
Yeah.
Nope.
I was like, not when everyone is like, oh yeah, it's just dealing with the demons from the occupation again. Everyone's clearly aware of that and then not after he came back from the dead. None of that. I also think all Starfleet officers probably need a little therapy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a good therapist, because Troy and Culber are not. At least what we saw on screen.
Yeah, I think therapy is hard to write.
Yeah.
Therapy is hard to write.
What's that show on? I think it's on Showtime. It's just this amazing woman therapist dealing with the most fucked up people.
I have no idea.
Is it in treatment? No, that was an HBO show.
Maybe it's HBO.
Oh.
Yeah.
She has long brown hair.
Hi, RC.
I'll figure it out. Hi, RC.
Yeah. We're
Howdy, y'all.
talking shit about Miglimo as a therapist.
He's a therapist.
Yeah. You might want to turn yourself up a little bit, RC.
Yeah, Dr. Miglimo.
I think Troy and Colbert both have their moments, but I also think usually in most fiction therapy is not written great.
Dr. Orna Guralnik from Couples Therapy.
Okay.
Which yes, it's on Showtime, and apparently on Paramount Plus. So we can watch it after we watch Star Trek and wonder why is this not in Star Trek. Listen, Joanne knows this. I am a Troy boy. I love her. She has some bad moments as a therapist.
We won't get into this because I once, out of spite and like petty revenge, made a D&D character based off Troy because someone in the game said they didn't like her and they never noticed. She was a psionic and her name was Marina. I don't like. I wasn't subtle.
Am I coming through any better now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess, what did you think about the last two episodes, RC?
Yeah. So, I mean, I actually just went back and rewatched Fully Dilated today. And I don't know if y'all talked about it. I just, Snell, I liked Snell. Like, it's just, I mean, Mariner absolutely called it with why is there always a lurker in a Carbon Creek situation. Yeah. But I also just love that he's like, yes, the town will see that my lurking has been beneficial.
Yeah.
That really got me. And yeah, I thought it was a overall really good episode. I mean, I loved I always love the caveat of going to somewhere where time is like displaced from, the regular flow. And also just Boimler and
aging.
I kind of assumed that Mariner and them are now a year older than the rest of them.
Okay, now apparently now you're too loud, RC. Sorry.
Oh, too loud.
I don't know, that's chat.
How about now? Sorry, I didn't realize.
Okay, now it's a little. Sorry. I'll just try not to talk over RC. I think that might be the. But yeah, I also really enjoyed Snell. I will say when Voyager did it and they sent a character down there, so they were down there for like a really significant amount of time. They sent the Doctor, so they were like, we don't have to deal with that if it's the Doctor.
We don't know when the Doctor's birthday is.
No one does. Yeah, no, that was definitely a great episode, and it's always, I would find it very hard if I was like, avoid corrupting the locals, and I'm like, how am I supposed to like survive without talking to the locals? And I guess, what did you think about Upper Decks, RC?
Upper Decks I enjoyed, but not near. I'd say probably not as much. Like, I enjoyed the focus on seeing the bridge crew in action. Shax was definitely my favorite storyline of those. I say because I feel like that's something I have wondered about is Shax during the occupation and such of Bajor. Nothing. I was gonna say. Oh, and Stevens. Stevens, I really liked. As being basically the captain's scheduler, and also clearly, is looking out for it.
I had also never noticed this. I was checking something on IMDb. I'd never noticed before that Stevens' name is Steve Stevens.
Yeah. I didn't notice that before either.
And it was, growing up, I knew someone, her father's name was David Davis. So anytime someone has a name like that, I was like, there's a real person I know.
Also,
why would you do that to your child?
That's a great question. Yeah, I mean, there was one person I knew with a weird name, but they had like married into the last name, and I went, "That's a choice you made. I don't know why you would have taken your husband's last." Their name was Rebecca Pareca, and I was like, "You shouldn't have taken the husband's last name."
Rebecca Pareca.
Yeah,
That's
True
a
love right
that's a
there. Go
statement.
through with that.
that's
You
true.
straights just
Yeah,
making weird choices with names and for children like that is going to follow them and haunt them their
Yeah.
entire lives.
I mean, it just to change your name to Rebecca Pareca must be true love.
yeah.
Like if I find there's nothing that rhymes with Rachel, so this seems unlikely. But if I were to marry someone whose last name rhymes with Rachel, I'm keeping Bloom. Like,
Yeah, Bloom is awesome. So.
yeah,
I'll say, or even just like a derivative, like Rachel Chell, like if their last name was Chell.
no,
Wait, I'm sorry. Your name is actually Rachel Bloom,
yes,
Yeah.
like the Rachel
In
Bloom.
a bit, yeah.
yeah. It's not a bit.
That's amazing. I this whole time I thought it was a bit because you liked Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
No,
It's
there's a
funny.
reason my middle name is on a lot of stuff.
It should just be like Rachel Bloom,
Okay,
not that
this
one.
is funny. One of my dad's cousins apparently saw Rachel, like, messaged me today because she saw Rachel Bloom on some show and was like, "Was that you?" And I was like, "No."
Just say yes.
Like just the name, I assume they didn't see a picture.
No, they did.
Oh,
I don't look
wait, this is
dissimilar
somebody
to her, but like,
I
to
could.
be
I
fair,
could.
this is one of my
cousin.
father's cousins who's older than him.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
She's old. I don't like. Apparently, there's a Steve Stevens who's a guitar player for Billy Idol. But yes, my name is really Rachel Bloom. I didn't. There's a reason it says Rachel Amber Bloom. I just have the same name as a celebrity. But I met her earlier this year because I saw her show, and my Uber took so long after the show that I was still out there when she came out.
Wow. So actually,
I
so
did
actually,
actually
it was
know this,
it,
Trev, because
it was
I
it,
love
it,
Patrick
it,
Page.
it was actually destiny that you met her then, because your Uber took too goddamn long.
Yeah, it was.
I kind of love Page.
Page is funny.
I think Page Book would be better.
Page book would be funny. I also because I did know that because I love Patrick Page and saw him in Hadestown, and Patrick Page has the deepest fucking voice you've ever heard.
Deeper,
Trading
deeper
Spaces.
than
There are some
James Bond.
great clips from that show of like people who did terrible
Atrocious
job.
things to people's homes.
Yeah, it was like, I need to leave this room now.
You're saying that everyone's an interior designer?
It's some of those insane people that were hired as interior designers on Trading Spaces were not.
Even the professional ones and the other HGTV shows, some
Yeah.
of the shit that they do, and like the charm that they take out of shows or houses.
Yeah.
That slip is probably a reminder that I should.
I
dip
think
it back
Arsene and
into-
I have had this debate where I'm like looking at stuff and he's like, cool, minimalism. And I was like, where is the character?
Yeah,
Oh my God. But isn't everything on reality TV like planned in advance? Isn't everything on
Not
reality
only
TV planned
TV
anyway?
shows. I think
I mean, what you see, like the actual events may have been, how do I put this? Events may have played out, and then they went back and refilmed to make it
yeah.
better.
yeah.
Okay.
More
A lot of
niche.
the pick from one of these three houses, they already bought the house.
Yeah.
And they're just
Right.
look at others.
I also
Right.
My
love
dad
the
actually had a
'cause
house that was featured on one of those shows.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
One of the rejected homes.
It's been a long time. I'm trying to remember. I don't think it was picked.
yeah.
Oh.
I
Sold the
also-
house regardless. That's why I don't know for sure if
I
if
only
it's
ever
before
once
that.
have watched that show and saw someone pick a house and they'd be like, your bid was rejected.
Hmm.
And I remember thinking, I was like, I didn't know that could happen on this show.
Yeah. You would think the other ridiculous one I've seen is Marriage or Mortgage, where they go and meet with a wedding planner and then they meet with a broker or a realtor,
Mm-hmm.
and then they decide, do I want this house for whatever amount of money that our family is gifting us as a down payment, or this wedding? And I'm like, one day event versus security, a party to a person you may not
Yeah.
even like in a few months, a home.
Yeah. buy a
insane.
nice enough house that you could host wedding there.
Yeah. Yes.
There you go. Jill, that's a great question. What are we talking about?
Home
Apparently,
rentals.
home renovation shows.
Whatever we want. Wear the panel. Damn it.
Yeah.
They did fix up that nice abandoned shack they ended up in Fully Dilated.
Yes.
Yeah,
Um,
they added
It does
See,
fit. It fits.
I can
It
make
does
it.
fit.
I can make it fit.
well, they
That
added
windmill
a
was very
hydroelectric
impressive.
They added a hydroelectric dam, and they added a windmill.
Yeah.
I also loved how much Mariner loved the windmill.
Yeah, she's like, wow, like,
Wow, look at it, it's wind. I love it.
yeah.
Look at this wind. I love it.
And we talked
They,
about
they
this,
needed
but,
to do
like,
some work on that
Upper Decks
attic.
doesn't have a memory alpha article yet.
how
Really?
Somehow.
that
I mean,
that's
maybe I looked up-
genuinely shocking.
Oh well,
We
maybe.
actually
Well,
did very
Okay, no,
well
it
2 weeks
is, it's
ago
just
and
not
didn't
linked.
derail at all, and that's
It has
insane.
it has an article. It's just not linked in the season article.
Oh, that is odd.
For some reason.
okay. Well,
and it's
well.
Very bare bones.
Okay. Well, maybe they're waiting till the end of the series.
Yeah.
This to really fill it out.
You just
Yeah,
gotta
and I
say-
know, Stan, you touched on this a little, that you were had some issues with like Tendi going insane and not just like talking to people.
At first, I came around after hearing some people on the salon last week because, like her lack of sleep, her desire to put her past behind her again, like
Mhm.
it made sense. It made sense. I just like the thing that got me was just how long they were there without resolving it.
Yeah, there was, and I guess that works for like comedic effect, where like, but I did like to Lynn being like, "Oh, I was trying to get you to join me on the projects," but I was like, to Lynn, ask.
Yeah, I will
Sometimes-
say
Lynn did
I
ask,
love that
though.
the
Like,
ongoing
Lynn
theme of
initially-
Lower Decks is
Uh,
you need to communicate better.
yeah,
It's a
Lynn
it's a good
initially came in and said, like, I'm going to market. Would you like to join me? I think you've been in isolation too long.
that's fair.
yeah.
Which I thought, like, I immediately picked up on, oh, she's worried about her.
Yeah, I
Data did too.
yeah, and I Dana being like, "Please sleep, please, you're going
Can't believe she turned him
insane."
off mid-conversation.
Yeah.
Rude move.
That would be very rude. Can you imagine if someone's just like, no, like you're done,
Yeah.
you're
Oh my
done
God.
talking.
It's the ultimate
Sometime-
equivalent of flipping your flip phone shut.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, flip phones. I miss flip phones.
Speaking of
Um,
flipping this flip phone
Yeah.
shut, I'm gonna have to shut down. I was trying to find a segue and I failed, which is something I do very often on the salon,
Yeah.
butchering segues. And so I'm going to go walk my dog Tendi before the salon. If you all care to join us in the chat at Salon Trek here in about an hour. Thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah. Everyone check out the salon after you're done here.
Bye.
Right.
Um,
Yeah. What the hell was I going to say? I totally forgot. Damn it.
I
oh.
mean, to jump off
Yeah,
of
yeah,
Brian's statement, I think,
yeah.
like,
I went-
I
Oh,
was gonna
yeah.
say that
yeah.
I mean, yes, it is a little odd for it to be 10 months, but there are people that do have, like, simmering below surface, like, resentments building for a long time that don't talk about them in real life. And I think,
Yeah.
like, there is something where every problem in your show or in your story shouldn't be resolved by, they should talk about this. But
That's
but it
true.
can happen occasion because
Yeah.
not these aren't perfect beings who are they're supposed to represent people and people generally suck at communicating.
They,
Sometimes, yeah.
to be fair, neither of them are human.
But sometimes the hardest thing to do is to communicate the things that you need to talk about the most
That's fair.
with people that you love or people that you work with. Like I discovered I had this giant rift between some members of my family for years, but I discovered that in order for me to fix it, all I had to do was understand that certain people in my family weren't above me, and I had to make the first move and talk to them. And the second I did, guess what happened? They opened up and they started talking. and to the
That's
and to the most amazing people in the world. So sometimes all you got to do is talk to people that you want to communicate with, but the act of doing that is really difficult.
And see, I could talk
Yeah.
about all the problems with Rachel and I's working relationship, but it seems easier just to bury that down
Bury
deep.
the hatchet. and
Bury that
yeah.
deep.
No, I just bury that down deep, and I keep shoving it. Eventually, it's going to be an ulcer, and they'll take it out, and I'll move on.
Oh please.
Yeah.
Oh please. That's Dan. Oh, Dan's not
Yeah.
even here.
Roasted. We need
Yeah.
a soundboard for that.
Oh,
Anyway,
that's
Dan is
funny.
on our other podcast, by the way, everyone. Um,
But yeah, I
I-
feel bad that I don't have as much to talk about for Upper Decks, but I just Fully Dilated really hit with me.
Yeah.
I think especially because I watched it twice now.
That's fair. I
Yeah.
did. What I found interesting is I wonder if they thought the airing schedule would be a little different, because on December 5th they aired an episode talking about Halloween.
They probably did.
They were like,
ma-
I was like, because what I thought was interesting is I had made a thing was like, well, obviously they didn't know when this was gonna air because I feel they had an episode come out on Halloween, and I was like, I'm sure they would have done a Halloween thing if they had known an episode would come out on Halloween, only for an episode on December 5th to have them carving pumpkins, and I was like, what?
Well,
Like,
maybe there's. I mean, it could just be like a production order thing because I'm trying to think of anything in the last couple episodes that's been like through line narrative wise.
This one
like,
wasn't.
other than Boymore's pad from the alternate dimension.
the pad. Well, I guess Boimler's beard would be hard to.
Yep, that's a good point. I was going to say
Pop
that maybe
around.
they just aired them out of production order. But
Yeah.
yeah.
And you know what? And you know what I just realized, especially especially this week, I just realized that Rutherford was growing a beard. I'm like, was that there last week?
It was he had like a 5 o'clock shadow thing last week.
Okay.
So he joining, and the joke is he was like, "You must be getting compliments too." And Boimler's like, "I'm not." Weirdly,
I've been
Oh,
wondering if we're going to find out that Boimler is actually his own evil twin.
oh my
Because
god, that'd be
right, 'cause
funny.
right now he has like the goatee going
Yeah.
on, and I just thought,
Yeah.
what if the mirror Boimler is like normal?
That'd be quite funny.
I also thought that Fully Dilated, like, it's not a Thanksgiving episode, but I felt like it worked as one. I think something about like the setting, and I think maybe because of all the farming that Tulin was doing, it just felt, I don't know, a little more fall.
it did. I felt good watching it like Thanksgiving morning, which is when I first watched the episode. I watched it again today, but Jill, I don't think that beard's going away anytime soon, unfortunately. The beard
Also,
that he
Tulin
again
juggling
must
out of
be
nowhere,
dyeing
that was-
because it's purple, and they've established he dyes his hair.
Yeah, he's got to be dying that thing without a doubt.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I did think the very funny when Tendi describes like why we like carve pumpkins, and she's like, "Is it sad that like Tendi knows more about our culture than we do?" And Russ is just like, "Yep." Like,
I'm trying to think. So what were all the storylines? We had Ransom with the lower deckers from Beta and
Yeah.
Delta, with the creatures that they're trying to get on.
Shaq's
We had
PTSD nightmare.
Yep.
yeah, Shaq's
To
and also
Anna with
going
her
into the-
pain
going into the
threshold.
Mind Palace.
Yeah. Yeah.
To Anna
the
with her
doctor-
pain threshold.
Yeah. Then the captain going around a lot.
Right, all the meetings and things.
All the meetings. And
Going
then
to that
and
one
then
person's
Billups.
one-man show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. He goes Act 7.
Yeah. And Billups and the cacophony of things that were happening in engineering.
Well, I was like, he said that was caused by like out of procedure repairs he's done to
Yeah.
get by that he hasn't gone back to like fix. And all I can think is this whole ship is held together by like silly string
Yeah.
and gum.
So there's string gum and a man who apparently eats a bagel and gets a tummy ache.
What is he mad
No,
at
actually,
gum?
but you know what? I did appreciate that Stevens on Captain Freeman's schedule did make her last meeting of the day a dinner for her and her husband
Yeah.
to celebrate their anniversary. I thought that was really cool.
That
And
was really
is this
cute.
yeah, like is this the first time that we've seen? No, this is like the second time that we've seen Beckett's father on the Cerritos, right? because the first
Yeah.
time was in
Yeah.
season 3, I think.
I don't know if we see him on Cerritos, but we definitely see him on Earth when
Right.
she's like on trial.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did think it was funny because like the fact our lower deckers are just gone, and they're just like, do we miss something?
Well, as I say, yeah.
But
there was
I
an
love
invasion of the
that
ship and
apparently
they didn't call
no
red
one
alert.
told Mariner her dad was coming to the ship.
Nobody. No.
Well, that was meant to be a secret, so I kind of get.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of weird that maybe he didn't tell her, but like it seemed like it was supposed to be. Maybe they were worried she would blab.
Yeah, but I was just like, but
Probably.
she was like, I saw your dad. I saw your dad. And I was like, the dad's gonna see Mariner, right? He's not gonna just be like, fuck off, and be like,
Well, he's there
No,
for his
well-
anniversary, so he's gonna see his wife first.
wife first. I feel like he should also see his daughter.
Probably he should. He should.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Well,
yeah,
that's
but
something
yeah,
that he didn't. That's messed up.
yeah.
Yeah. I did love Lynn being like, I saw them getting in a painting. It's like, you did? No. Like,
No, I have fooled you.
yeah.
I have fooled you.
So
I thought we were further in the season. We still have 2 more episodes to go,
we
That's
do.
it.
We have 2 more episodes.
which I'm happy about. I just thought,
And then we're done, right? I think.
Then I believe we're done, unless they're gonna announce something. at
Right.
the end.
Yeah. That's we're done.
They're gonna announce that the whole crew is transferring to Starbase 80 to redo.
Oh my God.
Oh my god, it's like a Seinfeld ending. They all end in jail.
The size. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
There
yeah.
was no
God,
spatial.
I was
The
gonna say,
The spatial rift has to be a thing in the next 2 episodes.
Yeah,
right?
it does. It does.
yeah. Oh, yeah,
'Cause-
definitely.
Because they keep referencing it, so for them not to pay it
Mhm.
off in any meaningful way,
Yeah.
I think that would be a missed opportunity
Um,
from.
Yeah,
we
I think that's
also
the
haven't
storyline
seen
story
the
of
Harry
this
Kim
season.
scene yet. That was in the trailer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. We haven't seen that yet. So there's still
You know
there's
what,
still a lot of
Trev,
things to
you
look
have a
forward to.
great
guys.
point about the fact that Mariner would be terrible at keeping secrets. Except, actually, she kept the secret that she was the captain's daughter a secret for like a year.
Yeah,
But
she
that's because she
did.
thought it would make her look less cool.
Yeah.
That was to her benefit.
It's Boimler you shouldn't tell a secret to. He found out for a day and told everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boimler, although like his path in Starfleet is to become a captain, but he makes me really nervous because he can't keep secrets. Like a captain is expected to keep
Yeah.
like critical pieces of
He
information
has
about
to
the
be able to
fleet.
keep classified information to himself.
Yeah, yeah. Are you kidding me?
Maybe I say maybe that'll be a part of his last episode story is like figuring out
Yeah.
that he
Maybe.
wants to go to some other aspect, or the opposite. He learns like he gets abducted into Section 31 and learns how to keep secrets.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that'd be funny.
Genuine question about Section 31. That's
That'd be
where the
funny.
other Boimler is. We have
That's where the
Oh,
other
I forgot.
boiler is.
Also, so T'Lyn and Tendi are both the science officer now, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
So those are not lower deckers, right? At that point, they're bridge crew, like they're bridge, like they're.
I think this
Senior
was
staff.
a debate on the salon. They're like wired like that it is not unheard of for like lower ranking people to be
senior
like-
staff.
yeah, I mean Harry Kim for one thing.
Sure, he's.
Poor Harry Kim, man. The guy
and
never.
The one I
promotion.
brought up because this was someone like I watched the salon last week. Was talking about but they're lieutenants junior grade. When Deep Space Nine starts, Dr. Bashir is lieutenant junior grade, and he's the chief medical officer. I think by the end of the show he's only a lieutenant. He's not like he hasn't like gone
Yeah.
up in the ranks an immense amount.
Well, and Cisco was a commander when
Yeah.
Space Nine started.
Deep Space
obviously,
Nine
so-
began. But I did find it a little strange that we're gonna have 2 dueling science officers. Like what if they disagree on something?
It might be
Well, that'll
more
be up
of
for
a
the captain to
thing
decide.
where it is like we take turns being on shift.
Right. If it's something like that, I could see it working, but I couldn't actually see them. Well, I can't see them working at the same time, but I keep thinking of complications that might bring. But hey, that's just me. Am I over?
Well,
But
Star
I
Trek
feel
brain.
like science is one of the things that people are often working together.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
Jordy and
probably a
Dave.
good.
Right.
I'm
That's
sorry,
right.
I have to sneeze, and I'm like,
That's okay. Go ahead.
And if they're ever in any doubt, they can always ask themselves WWPDD, which is what would Purple Data do?
Yeah. What we're pertaining to. That's
tell you your gray shit is boring.
your grief.
CRC data agrees with me. Less minimalism, more insane colors.
One. One line that the data that the purple data didn't bring up that I thought that I would have like jumped out of my chair. Like, why does it have to be deltas on everything in Starfleet? There's got to be deltas on pads. There's got to be deltas on boxes. So it would have been really cool if he would have had a line going, "Why do you guys have deltas on everything?"
Right, that his universe doesn't do that.
Yeah,
Look, we've got to make sure we know it's ours.
yeah. Right. Yeah. Well, okay. I can see that.
Let's say the universe uses color differentiator for like you get your red pads, your purple
Yeah.
pads, your
Right.
gray pads.
Black.
But, But yeah, yes, the DFH did call the Cerritos the most dysfunctional crew we'd ever encountered.
They get the job
But,
done.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They do. At the end of the day, they do get the job done. But you know what? It's just gonna be. I mean, I don't mean to bring the mood of the stream down, but it's gonna be so. I'm gonna actually miss these guys.
Oh,
Definitely.
me too.
Yeah.
There's like just a bittersweet thing about this, and kind of knowing that like they didn't necessarily know this was the last season going in. So
No,
there,
I didn't.
I feel like there's probably going to be some stuff that's not completely wrapped up. But like I don't think we're going to find out what's going on, like what happened to Section 31 Boimler in the next 2 episodes.
I don't think so. Like for that to happen, I think that we would have to have a movie that would be addressed in the movie.
Maybe it'll be addressed in the Section 31 movie.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. You know what?
Jack
You know what? You know
Quaid
what?
comes
You
in
know
with
what?
his fucking purple hair.
You know what? That's it. That's
They did
it.
it
What?
once, they can do it again. And they'll
That's
just say
it.
that he's been in suspended animation.
I'm just
That's it.
imagining him next to Michelle Yeoh. Why do you have purple hair?
That's it. What if he does show up? I mean that would be the most ridiculous, outlandish thing that I can imagine. But hey, it's Star Trek.
It's Star Trek.
I feel like Boimler's response would be like, "Why do you have to be so mean?"
Why do you have to be so mean? And, Michelle Yeoh punches
to
him
be
in the
fair,
face.
Section 30, William Boimler, I believe his name, he's a little
Oh, sure.
tougher. I don't know how he
That's
got
true, that's
tough
true.
so quickly, but I was just thinking of this, Brian. It used to be the norm to try to get to 100 episodes of a TV show, and Lower Decks has, for a modern TV show, a pretty good run and has 50 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it's
yeah,
every
no,
season
but
is
I'm
8 to 10 or 13,
Yeah.
at most.
yeah. I mean, it used to be like the gold standard for TV shows. I mean, when I grew up, was like if you got to 100 episodes, you were golden.
Yeah.
Um,
And we're
y-
not even
Like the
trying for that
miniseries.
anymore for the most part.
right. Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
10 to 13 was reserved for like HBO, like high cost. To make
Yeah.
Right.
Stuff. Now it's
Mhm.
like everything, which I guess
Yeah.
the costs have gone up, because there's a lot more special effects and things involved. But
Yep.
I'd be okay. I'd be okay with going back to more plastic models if it meant we got more episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, as someone who grew up in the age of like 22 episodes, 23 episodes. I would love to go back to those days, but I feel that I have been conditioned now to expect a lower number of episodes.
Yeah.
So it's like I would go
I-
into those.
I'd be fine with a happy medium of like 16.
Oh, 16 is good too.
Yeah. Because I
Okay.
know, I have heard that apparently the 22 to like 26 was like hard on actors.
Right.
That makes sense.
'Cause
you're trying
it's-
to get that done usually within a year. That's
Especially like your lead act. Like, if you go, apparently at some point, the cast of Smallville went to the production and said, you have to get Tom a car, like
Oh, yeah.
a driver, because he's
You have
going to
to-
crash, because he's
Yeah,
working
it's going
such
to
long
crash.
hours.
Yeah. And the same thing happened with the production of Supernatural because one of the main actors, I don't watch Supernatural, had the same problem. They were coming in so early to work and they were leaving so late
Mhm.
that one of them had trouble driving home, so they ended up getting him
Yeah.
a driver to take
I know
him
there's
to set
something-
and back from set.
The the kid who played Archie on Riverdale, KJ Appa, got into a car accident leaving set because he was exhausted.
Right.
But yeah, I used to. The Maxi series. I'm sorry, I just saw this. God damn it!
Oh, Tom
Gotta
Williams.
save me. I don't.
Oh my God.
You didn't watch Smallville. That's the theme song.
That is the theme song.
Yep,
to
I did. Yeah, I did. I
Yeah.
watched Smallville. I love Smallville. Smallville actually made me rediscover my love of Superman again. So,
Nice.
yep.
I need to get back to
We
watching
might as
Superman
well.
Lois.
By the way, everyone, Father now also has a podcast about Superman. So you should also
Yeah,
check that
no,
out.
It's
Yeah.
great.
Oh,
Check it out.
I saw him posting
Yeah.
about Superman. I didn't realize he had a podcast about it. Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Check it out.
it's-
It is
I
great.
believe Monday nights
It's awesome.
that goes up.
Is that on a different channel or is that on Tex-Trek?
No, it's a different channel.
Different channel.
It's called Super Fanatics, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, Super Fanatics.
But I found we're talking about Superman. We don't have full plug Father's other stuff.
Plug his own show, yeah.
What? Yeah, Smallville had a great soundtrack.
I did.
That's
Remy
true.
Zero was on there. Lifehouse was on there. Like when Lana and Clark had their first dance ever, Lifehouse was in the background. Oh my God! Sorry, I'm
For
freaking out about
anybody,
Smallville.
are any of the Star Trek soundtracks on vinyl?
Yes.
Anybody know? Like, I guess is that a show?
Which
was it a
one?
show
There
or
you
a
go,
movie or-
Father. Good job. Supermaniacs. There you go.
Oh, Supermaniacs. Okay.
Yeah, Superman and Lois. There are officially no DC shows on the CW, which is incorrect. That is not the way the universe is supposed to work.
Yeah. I mean, Superman and Lois isn't part of the Arrowverse, so that's been over for a while.
Yeah.
It kind of is. It's very.
It
confusing.
was no, but
It-
no, but
It was
was?
initially, but
it
season two
was, but
revealed that
but then it
not.
wasn't.
Yeah.
Right. Obviously, it was, but then it wasn't. By the way,
Dave
if you
Ramsey shows up for no reason, apparently.
Yep.
I know I have a couple of them. I think there's a Lower Deck soundtrack on vinyl. At least some. I
Started
have
building
some.
a vinyl collection of sorts. So
A lot of the Star Trek. They are on the pricier end of vinyls.
sure.
I feel bad. I don't remember exactly what I have. A lot of my vinyl collection is I'm in store like at half price books, and I go, oh, vinyl, yay! Like,
Yeah, mine is right now a couple specific bands and the Halloween 2 soundtrack.
Wow.
I
That's
have
oddly.
that, a lot of Taylor Swift, a lot of other stuff. I also have a bunch of my dad's old stuff.
I don't have any vinyl, unfortunately.
And I did
Well, I did
before,
originally
because
when
someone
I,
asked me the other day, I do have a record player. I don't just have a bunch of vinyls with nothing to play it on.
Okay.
Well, that's why I never got into vinyl, but my girlfriend had a record player. We have a record player.
Okay.
And so I started collecting it, and I do enjoy listening to it. Now in our new place, it's in the living room too, so it's like I can actually it's in a communal space.
Mine is upstairs. Mine is my dad's from the 70s.
Nice.
If I ever could get like a soundtrack for a Star Trek anything on vinyl, it would be the soundtrack to Star Trek 09 by Michael Giacchino, because I think that
I
would
don't know if
sound
that's
so
on
great on
vinyl.
vinyl.
I feel like
probably-
it probably is.
It's probably on vinyl.
Yeah.
I should
By the
buy
way,
for
First
myself
Contact,
and
that's
then
my favorite movie.
right. Is there anybody out there in the audience who's still listening to us? Does anybody love Generations? Because I feel like I'm the only one.
I like Generations. I would say First
Oh,
Contact's my favorite, but I
yeah.
like Generations.
Yeah.
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 But I also like Insurrection, so I'm like, not.
Oh.
I'm pretty easy to please, I guess is really what it comes to.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Dang.
Not 3.
4 seasons.
There
and
you go.
still beat.
Jill, I really enjoy Generations. I
Thanks,
don't
Jill.
like I would say like
I think I was like,
putting the TNG in order, my favorites are First Contract, then Generations,
Mhm.
then then Insurrection, then Nemesis, because I have issues with Nemesis.
That's fair.
Nemesis
I like
is
Generations.
got a lot of
It just has
issues.
a weird pacing to me, though. That's the only thing.
Weird
Or
pacing?
maybe it's,
Okay.
Yeah, I can see
structure.
that. I don't have to see Troy get assaulted though, so there we go.
Oh yeah, that does. Oh my god, that does happen.
Yeah,
in,
I've heard people say that like they consider Insurrection to be like just an extended normal episode, and I'm like, that's not a bad thing.
That's
No,
not
it's not
a
bad.
bad. Some of it's like paced weird, but like
Yeah.
Nemesis, like there are parts of Nemesis I actively dislike watching. Like,
Yeah, that's fair.
That's totally fair.
and also there's a better movie in the Nemesis deleted scenes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know I've talked about this because Father is the one who told me this. They apparently tried to cut down Nemesis because it was in the same theaters at the same time as Lord of the Rings, so they thought people would be like, "We want to go see a shorter movie."
Oh
than this
wow.
3-hour
Okay.
one.
Jesus, wow, that is so. That's so fucked up. Really, like,
And the director also didn't give a shit about Star Trek, which can work. That's how you get, like, Wrath of Khan wasn't directed by a big Star Trek guy,
prevent.
but like it didn't work in Nemesis.
Star Trek Nemesis should have been directed by Jonathan Frakes. I don't.
Agreed. It is a Christmas movie. I wish I have the Christmas play and it's somewhere on that shelf over there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, like, based on the titles, what do we think's coming up with the next, like, remaining episodes? It's,
That's a
Fisher
good.
Quest,
I would
which-
think Fisher Quest. I think is what we're gonna the time rifts. I think that's what we're dealing.
Oh,
with.
the timer. Okay. Okay. And what?
and then
And
the
what
new
else we
Next
got coming up?
Generation.
And then the new Next Generation, which maybe
really?
them like talking to like the next set of ensigns, something like that.
Oh, that could be something.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Or
Or maybe if they're like kind of connected, maybe they're like talking to people from like the other universe still.
Okay.
It's hard because
Maybe McCoy
genuinely
shows up to
I'm
introduce
not
them to a new
sure
ship.
with this if they knew that this was going to be the last episode.
No,
Right. I hope it doesn't end on a cliffhanger. Like,
probably
that's my
not.
only thing.
I have fear. Like
Well, you know what? After listening to you guys, I think I'm getting fear now. Because it's all right. It's all right. I forgive you guys. It's okay. But was it you, Rachel, that said that told me a couple weeks back that Mike McMahon was told in time?
it wasn't me because someone
That
told
wasn't you.
because I initially was told that he wasn't, and then later someone said, "Oh, that he was." So maybe they were able to go back and do something.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I just don't.
Well, then, yeah.
I just don't know how it's gonna end.
Apparently, okay, they. And I would say the way it was told, it wasn't like an official thing told me, so it's not. I don't know anything. That's
Right.
like.
Yeah, I mean, look, I just hope. Listen, I just hope that the last the last episode of the show is fun. That it wraps up most of the storylines from this season, and that we just have like a fun little adventure with the characters that we have come to
Yeah.
know and love. You know.
Yeah.
And then as soon as the final episode is over, I'm rewinding it and going back to the
Yeah.
beginning of the show.
I hope that everything ends. I'm hoping it'll get ends. Like we have a movie. Don't worry. Like.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
No, but wouldn't it be cool if like the final scene of the final episode would be like Beckett Mariner looking directly at the camera, going, "Guys, don't worry, we have a movie coming." like she she
Yeah.
breaks the.
I imagine it cuts to black, and then you hear, "Is that like a holonovel?"
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Well, no, they've mentioned movies before.
They have? Oh, okay.
Well, because when they
I
they
think about,
mention them when they're doing oh god, I can't remember the name, like the I'm looking at a list of episode titles to try to remember what
The
I'm
one
talking
that where they were in the holodeck?
Yes, when they were in like the movie.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
Crisis Point.
Yes, I think that's correct.
Yes, Crisis Point.
Yep. That's
There you go.
one of my favorite
That's a good.
episodes.
I want romantic resolutions.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, to see Tandy and Rutherford get together in the last episode, that would be really cool because their romantic tension is great, but their tension overall as friends is quite wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want more. If I don't get it, I'll go to a fan fiction website. I'll be fine. Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
you'll be fine.
I am happy the oh my gosh, I was about to say it and I blind the phrase Tendyford distracted me.
Yeah.
What can I help you figure out what you're talking about, RC?
No, it was just about. Oh, that's what it is. I'm glad that at least we got one within this new generation of Star Trek. We've gotten at least one crossover.
Yes.
With the lower decks.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because I was just thinking, like, I don't think. I find it unlikely that we will see another reason for these characters to appear in Strange New Worlds.
Yeah.
I was say, or the section. As much as we were joking, the Section 31 movie seems unlikely.
Yeah.
I got at one point. I remember when we were doing the first reactions for Prodigy. We mentioned the idea they came over, but I think we
Okay.
mentioned the
I'm trying to
little
know what
kid,
shows we're
the
seeing.
like characters, and I said I wanted Jank and Pog to be able to cuss on lower decks.
No, I want them to be in some situation where he tries to cuss, but it changes his words.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that'd be funny.
Oh no.
Take him back to the good place.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, it's like another good place actor still unable to cuss. Not that I think Derek tried to cuss, actually. I think he probably just said Derek. Maximum Derek.
Yeah,
I was
think
gonna say I was actually admittedly blanking about Prodigy because I was in my head. I was like, what shows are still airing? So there is the chance for these characters to reappear again.
I don't know. We're obviously gonna have some kind of holodeck situation or holo something on, the Star Trek Starfleet Academy since the Doctor's gonna be there.
right. Yeah.
It would be cool to see the Lower Decks characters in the Prodigy animation style, though.
It would be. It's in the same way I was like, I want to see like the Lower Decks characters in the Prodigy animation style. I want to see the Prodigy characters in the Lower Decks animation style.
And also in
That'll be-
live action.
Also in live action. Some of the Prodigy characters would be tarred.
Yeah. Yeah. They would be.
Like, I hate to break this to you, I think Murph would still be animated.
What? Practical
Yeah.
effects or nothing.
Also maybe Jankum.
Practical effects or nothing.
You
Practical-
know, we talked about how all the Lower Decks people kind of look like each other, like look like
Yeah.
they're actors. That is not the case for Prodigy.
Nope.
Well, I mean, when I say practical effects, I don't mean it has to be a prosthetic on a
Yeah.
person. It could be like it could be like the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Earlier.
Right. Right.
The dinosaurs
right.
in Jurassic Park were also part of CGI.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
with Jurassic Park, you had CGI by LM, but actually you
Yeah.
had puppets too. Like
Stan Winston.
right. That's right. By
Um,
the Green Stan with.
So we want like a Muppet version of Murph
Yeah. Like a little Muppet version of Murph.
the crossover episodes, all puppets.
But actually, you know what?
I would
but
say
but
a lot of the Prodigy crew would be like
yeah,
a little
but
more difficult.
yeah, but Gwen would.
We've got a crossover between Lower Decks and Prodigy, and they're in some kind of universe-changing situation where they're all Muppets.
They're
Oh
all
my god,
Muppets.
that's funny. That's funny. Muppet Trek. Dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun. Hey.
They can even connect it to the episode of Strange New Worlds with the music with the singing virus.
Yeah.
The singing virus.
It won't all be. It will in no way be a problem that the Muppets are owned by Disney.
Nope.
They could be generic
We,
puppets.
we could just
Yeah.
we could just call them whatever
Yeah.
they want, but we could know
No, I was
this
just thinking
person.
of
is-
that episode of Angel where you get turned into
That's
a
what I was
Muppet.
saying. Angel can do it.
Oh
anyway.
yeah. Spike. Well, Spike. Well, Angel, you're bloody puppet man. Just fuck.
Oh my god! If they actually crossed it over, if they got the rights to cross it over with the actual Muppets, I'd lose my mind.
That will not happen. Disney barely does anything with the Muppets that is getting rid of like one of their Muppet things at the parks right now.
Clearly, the solution is to convince Michael Caine.
Yes.
Just let somebody buy out the Muppets, right?
Disney's not getting rid of them.
No, of course not.
Oh, Sesame Street's owned by HBO. I was trying to think about that for a second.
Yeah,
Right,
that's why
yeah.
Kermit is very rare. One of the reasons Kermit's very rarely on Sesame Street anymore because they're not owned by the same company.
Oh yeah.
Fun fact: they gave a special like permission for like it was either an anniversary or like a 100th episode or something like that. Probably not 100th episode. They make so much Sesame Street. But like on a big maybe like 50th anniversary or something like that to have Kermit come on that they had to like make a deal with Disney.
Oh
But
wow.
apparently Disney was. I follow a writer of Sesame Street on TikTok. The internet's fun.
Well, it's kind of like Buffy
Yeah.
and Angel because when Angel and Buffy they were on separate
Yep.
Networks.
It was like a
Networks.
handshake deal to cross over.
To bring them over, yeah. By the way,
That reminds me, Jill, of I swear my brother when I used to live with my brother, like not in childhood, like as adults, we were roommates, and my brother kept walking in on the weirdest Star Trek episodes. The one I remember is like I'm watching, the Doctor is singing "Someone's in the Kitchen with Dinah," and my Doug just walks in and is like, "What are you watching?"
Art.
Yeah, it is a great episode, Jill, but it would be a weird episode of Angel to introduce someone to. Angel on.
Especially if you describe it as like the brooding spin-off show of Buffy.
Of
the
Buffy?
Vampire Slayer.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Well, but actually, what would be your choice for the perfect episode to introduce Angel to somebody who had never seen it before? Because there are a lot of good episodes of Angel. Like,
I don't know Angel as well as I know Buffy, so I don't know. My thing would be like I guess I'd share the pilot, like the first episode.
Yeah.
City of Angels, is that what it's called?
yes, City of Angels. Yep.
Yeah.
Crap.
I
It was
I
my.
actually think both Buffy and Angel had pretty good first episodes, and I probably would just go with that.
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Also,
mean,
it's a good
you know,
opportunity to say what's like a great episode to introduce someone to Star Trek.
oh wow, that's a great
I-
question.
Cause
My first thought is The Child.
the TNG episode.
Yeah.
It's
emotionally devastating
yeah.
and features the mom from Lizzie McGuire.
Oh God, so sad.
Uh,
I honestly like a movie might be like just to get like the vibe might be the best choice.
okay, like
I do remember someone this was years ago, not someone I had like on a second date, someone told me like, "Oh, I put on the first episode of TNG because you said you like Star Trek." And I had said that and people were like, "Why did you have him start with Encounter at Fairpoint?" I was like, "He just put the TV show on and he started with episode 1. That is normal. It is not my fault that Encounter at Fairpoint is an odd episode."
no, but actually, but a good episode of Next Gen to introduce people to, I think, is season 3, episode 1, the one about the scientist having the fight with the robots. God damn it. Yeah.
Like the little sentient robots.
Yeah. The one.
Okay.
The
I don't remember the name of that episode. I do know what you're talking about, but I
Yeah.
Evolution.
Evolution. Thank you,
Oh.
RC.
Okay, wait.
No, but but the reason why I picked season 3 is because in season 3, that's when everything sort of starts to turn around because you got Michael Piller in the writing room, and everything starts to go in the right direction instead of the wrong direction.
Ooh. My other choice would be DS9's Duet from season 1.
Oh, that's a great
Duet would be a
episode.
good. Mine, because I was thinking of TNG, maybe Measure of a Man.
Oh, that's
Also a good choice.
good
Like,
choice.
It's like I think it's a good way to like introduce someone to like the fact that like Star Trek is way more cerebral than you're thinking.
Mhm.
And there's also like like really good performances like especially from like Brent Spiner, obviously, and like Patrick Stewart and Jonathan Frakes.
What about
I'll say
what about an
lower
episode
decks
for
wouldn't
like
fall into that.
for Voyager? Like, what would be a good first episode for somebody to watch for Voyager?
What's that one where they're caught in the planet, and again the time dilation where they're like thousands of years are passing.
Oh, the
Oh,
one I think this is the one I made a cover. Is like the doctor's down there for like a long time, right?
yeah,
Right, yeah. Well, for them, yeah, it's just like whole moments, and like he has like a kid somehow.
Yes,
has a
I
kid.
think Jill's right. Is it One Small Step?
I think so.
No, I don't think that's the same episode. Maybe
Or sorry,
that might just be Jill's suggestion. But let me.
oh, this episode, One Small Step is. Sorry, yes, Jill's suggesting One Small Step. When they encounter like the 21st century Mars spacecraft.
Oh,
I'm trying to remember because obviously they were like they were like referencing that episode that you're speaking of, RC, in.
God bless the internet because it auto completed Star Trek Voyager episode Planet Faster Time.
faster time.
And the answer
God
is Blink of an Eye. It was from season 6.
Yeah.
Blink of an eye.
Because
Okay.
I love the thing in that where they end up like they're like so curious what Voyager is.
Yeah, well, it's like basically like a religious figure to them after a certain point.
Yeah.
And yeah, I always remember that one because Daniel Day Kim is the alien astronaut.
I think Father is saying One Small Step is directed by Robert Picardo.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Right.
I love it
Cool.
when the actors direct their own shows.
Although I've noticed this on multiple TV shows. Like, actually, I think Jonathan Frakes' first episode is The Child, and you notice Riker's in one scene.
Yep.
It makes sense. Yeah, you want to make sure you can focus.
That's like
Yeah,
similar,
focus.
like Kelsey. The first episode of Frasier, Kelsey Grammer directed, is a very Frasier light episode.
Yeah, with that's the one where Daphne and
It's Moon
and Niles
Dance.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Moondance. Thank you. They go to the ball.
Then I just
And-
remembered there's another Frasier light episode, but that was because Kelsey Grammer was in rehab.
Yeah.
Also a good reason.
Also a
Yeah,
good
also a
reason,
good
yeah.
reason.
I also
Yeah.
haven't seen For All Mankind. Have you two?
I have
Yes,
not. I have heard it is good. But I have not seen it.
I strongly For All Mankind is amazing. I'm doing a episode by episode discussion for it on my YouTube channel right now, Balloonhead Productions. Sorry for the shameless plug, but if you have the time, RC, you should definitely check it out. It's wonderful.
Yeah. I've been thinking about resubscribing to Apple TV just to kind of like catch up on all the shows that I haven't watched in a bit.
Yeah, and
They had a
and
Godzilla show recently.
yeah, and another great Apple TV show that you might like is Silo.
Heard of that one.
Yeah, with yeah, it's really good. And Apple TV also has Shrinking on the comedy side of things.
Oh yeah, I need to watch the second season of Shrinking.
Yeah, and they also have on the drama side of things they have Invasion as well from Simon Kinberg. They have this new show called Dark Matter, which I haven't seen yet, but I've heard great things about. Yeah, they got a lot of good stuff.
In other words,
Also, I want to flip my earlier question now. What's the worst first episode of Star Trek you could show somebody?
Well, for Star Trek Generations, it's this stupid episode where they got the dumb headgear thing.
Where Wesley's playing the game?
Yeah.
With Robin.
so but not by far the worst episode of TNG.
I
I
was
mean,
going to say Yesterday's Enterprise, not because it's a bad episode,
Yeah.
it's a fantastic episode, but because it doesn't have nearly the emotional
Oh,
weight if
yeah.
you don't know who
if we're just going for like bad, it would actually be, oh my god, the second season finale. That's just a clip show.
Oh,
Okay.
true. Well, no, actually, that brings you up to speed.
Is it? Well, yeah.
Wow, it's wild, all
Well,
these little adventures they've gone on. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, like an episode I love that I think it would be a bad introduction would be like In the Pale Moonlight, the Deep Space Nine episode, because he'd be like, "Who the fuck are the Romulans? Why do I care?"
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Why do you care? Yeah,
Who's this Taylor? Why does he know how to make bombs?
yeah.
yeah. For
Why?
but like for the
Why do they trust this man? Actually, that's not clear.
for Enterprise.
I
I
mean,
think
I think RC knows about this. I have a thing. I have a list I give to people, and it tells which TNG episodes to watch and which to skip. And Code of Honor is the first skip.
right. No, but for Enterprise, the worst first episode that I could show somebody is I think it's called Evening in the Sick Bay
Hmm.
when Porthos is sick and Archer spends the whole night in the sick bay to stay with him. I find that episode charming, but in 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 further reflection by me, I'll go, this episode is bad.
Yeah. Well, I'll say it's one of those things where you care about it because you care about the characters. Like,
Right,
really
right.
invested.
Well,
Also, I
then
think
it's
Lower Decks
like
in
I
general
also
would be
like.
hard for a lot of newcomers.
Right.
There's a lot of referential humor built in.
Hmm.
The amount of people I know that like they watch Lower Decks and enjoy it that like aren't, but
Star
like
Trek fans.
occasionally are like asking me about jokes. I was like, genuinely, I love Lower Decks. How are you getting this jokes? Any of these jokes?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm glad to hear that. It's
I was like, I'm glad. Confused
standard
though.
fandom.
Like, I would like not have people start on Lower Decks just because I was like, I feel like you won't get it.
Plus, it'll
kinda-
also definitely, if you're someone with a good memory, it will also spoil some things when you go back. You're like, wait, they talked about this on Lower Decks.
yeah.
Like Nick Locarno.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of other episodes that would be bad to like start someone on. Now, I was just thinking of the fact I really hate. Is it he who throw? I don't know. I like to call it Worf. Worf has a backstory, so he ruins everyone's vacation. It's something about the like let he who has not sinned like throw the first stone.
Okay, so we're not talking about Birthright.
No. It's the Deep Space Nine episode. When they go, it's when they go to Ryza.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh,
Um.
Or Worf mind wipes his brother.
Let he who is without sin.
That was the name of the episode.
It's where they go on vacation. Worf doesn't like Ryza being a little sexually liberal, and joins the alt-right movement and fucked up their weather. And then he was like, "When I was a young Klingon, I accidentally killed a kid playing sports, and that's why I have to be so like reserved." And I was like, "So Worf had a backstory, and he ruined everyone's vacation."
oh my god.
I
Also,
killed a kid, so
famously,
you
it's the
can't have
episode.
sex is really a weird.
Yeah. And also,
Weird
it's basically
arc.
the episode where like Alexander Stig just looks super out of it, and it turns out because his child was born the day before, they wouldn't even let him come in late.
Oh wow. Jeez.
You're
Uh,
welcome to. I was like, call us at 9:00. You're welcome to come in at 9:02.
yeah. No, this was so recently Nana Visitor, because Nana Visitor was his wife at the time. That she
Yep.
was the person having the baby. Apparently, the child was born like right after midnight, and he had a call at like this location at like 5 in the morning, and he called and he's like, "Can I come in a little late? I haven't slept at all," and he was told no. And she was telling the story in that she was praising that she had heard that like Anson Mount had been given some paternity leave for Strange New Worlds, that she was praising the fact that like that it had changed.
Oh,
And
good.
that was
Good
a
for
good thing. But
Oh,
she
good,
was
yeah.
like, "Here's the shit they made my partner do." Because I'm sure she
Yeah.
also would have
Recognize that
loved for him
people
to
are
be able to stay by her side.
That would have been nice. Yeah.
I would say like
How
they-
long did they stay? How long did they stay together?
a couple years, I think. I don't know exactly.
Right.
Age of kids are like in Lower Decks.
That's what I want to know. What age of kids are watching Lower Decks?
Because when I think of Prodigy, I do think like that. I mean,
I would say a high like high schoolers
I would say
like
probably like 13 up is probably Lower Decks is fine.
13 up, yeah.
Yeah, for the most part.
I don't think I want kids watching Lower Decks.
Yeah.
necessarily. Oh, all right.
I hopefully whee over their heads.
We hope.
Perhaps with
Yeah.
parental supervision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
No, I mean, but but if anybody ever leaves me babysitting any kids, I'll probably show them. Probably I'll show them TNG, some episodes of TNG, some really good ones, some really light ones. Uh, Either that or I can go.
Eventually, I haven't started showing my nephew Star Trek yet. He is 4 months old,
Yeah.
so
Well, make sure to show
li-
him the drum head.
yeah.
Drop head, yeah.
So far, the only TV character I've seen him react to is Elmo.
Oh, almost a man, dude.
I love Elmo though, so I'm okay with this.
Go to Build-A-Bear, make an Elmo in a Starfleet uniform.
Yeah.
Not a Starfleet uniform, but okay. The thing I have gotten him an Elmo stuffed animal for Christmas, and I have bought him some Star Trek onesie. I actually bought two, but one's a little bigger, so I'm gonna give him for his birthday. The one that I'm gonna give at Christmas says "I just boldly went,"
Uh-huh.
and a Star Trek bib that looks like a TOS uniform.
I
Cool.
remember watching something TNG when I was like 5
Yeah.
or 6.
Yeah.
Okay, I would say I do have the Geordie bear, but he is a collector's item, and I don't want to give him to the 4-month-old.
No, of course not. Why would you do?
I also don't think the Geordie bear I don't think is actually safe enough for an infant because there's stuff he could like rip off and like put in his mouth.
Oh yeah, not even
And
eat
possibly
stuff.
choke on. It's not very
Yeah.
safe. Yeah. No, but
Also,
also,
the Geordie bear is about as big as my nephew. Like
okay.
so. Yes, play school Geordie bear. But like a lot of toys you see, a lot of them say 3 and up for a reason.
They do, yeah, because those kids under 2 are not safe.
Just get him a nice, what's I'm looking for? Like a pillow or a delta-shaped pillow.
That could work.
That could
I'm
work.
sure they sell those.
Oh god, I was trying to imagine what they would look like. And for a second, I imagined Badgie. I was like, I think Badgie would probably terrify him.
No.
Even smiling,
Badgie
Badgie's
should.
a little unsettling. I love Badgie.
Badgie is awesome.
But I think children might be frightened of Badgie.
Badgie will probably scare the crap out of children, if I'm
If
being honest.
only I could give him a Murph plush. The
That'd
only
be
Murph
cool.
toy that exists is this big. He would eat it.
Being afraid of Badgie is just a sign that you're still sane.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I have a Badgie keychain that I have my mailbox key on. My mom saw it, and it's the smiling version. And my mom was like, he's a little creepy. And I went, you don't even know.
You don't even know that guy's
You haven't seen
insane.
what I've seen.
Yeah.
You haven't seen what I've seen.
I was
just
like-
chain smoking while saying this, but
Yeah. You haven't heard
Yeah.
Jack McBride's like creepy ass laugh at the roll. Jack does need a plushie. That is correct.
I do hope in the future, like when I was when I was growing up watching the Star Trek movies, I hardly had any Star Trek memorabilia except for the movies and a couple of special editions of the movies. But I really hope in the future that whoever owns Star Trek, well, Skydance, who's going to probably own Star Trek forever, I hope that they get better with making merchandise for these TV shows. Because
Same. I mean, we've heard this rant from me before.
yes,
well, don't worry. Skydance will get bought out by Disney, which will get bought out by Walmart, which will get bought out by Raytheon.
oh my god,
You know,
What?
occasionally
they'll
I'm
make
like
merch.
in a store looking at Star Wars merch, and I'm a little jealous. But like,
jealous, right?
wouldn't it be like okay? I was ranting about this to my mom because like there is some. There's not enough for like things that aren't the original series in TNG in general.
Mhm.
But like, there's also
Give me
like
a
not
Garrett
enough that
plushie.
people can casually see in stores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that like I have to know the fact that Kohl's has this really big online selection of Star Trek shirts. Why would people assume Kohl's has a big
Also,
collection of Star
Yeah.
Trek shirts when it's in none of their
What
stores?
else are you gonna use your
Yeah.
Kohl's cash on?
yeah.
What?
Also,
Oh, Kohl's Cash.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Elmo was
Also,
cold.
also, I'm really surprised that like stocking stuffers for a lot of Star Trek fans are like little Star Trek ornaments. Like I had no
Hmm.
idea they made Star Trek ornaments.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I mean
Oh, okay, sure.
Hallmark makes a bunch of them. Um,
Yeah.
although I realized this year I bought a new Christmas tree and I realized it has so older Hallmark ornaments instead of having batteries, you like plug them into the lights. And I realized I have LED lights on my new tree and I cannot plug in any of the older ornaments.
Oh.
Jill, as someone who used to work at a Marshalls, you're absolutely correct.
I used to work at a Home Goods, so similar.
Also, just something about the word Hallmark made my mind go, I want a Star Trek Hallmark movie.
That'd be cool.
Just a little like 90-minute made for streaming.
I
Yeah.
They could
cannot
reuse
give you an
they could
actual
reuse
Star
existing
Trek one,
sets.
but the A Biltmore Christmas is weirdly good. It has Jonathan Frakes and Robert Ricardo in it, and it's on Netflix now.
Oh yeah, when I say Hallmark though, I mean like in this case Paramount would be making it.
Paramount
Again, I'm
would be
serious. I'm
making
like,
it, would be
reuse
making
your
a,
existing sets, make it a short movie.
yeah. Someone just falls in love over a holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there, I was gonna say, you really
They
cut
fall in
down,
love on
you-
first contact day.
Yeah.
There you
Well,
go.
they can also then reuse some existing exterior shots.
Exactly. It can be like this is an actual thing in Hallmark movies. If you watch enough of them, they use the same houses.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
You're not watching it for the house.
No.
No, you're not.
You're watching it
Sometimes
for
not clear why it's being watched at all, but
You're watching it for Lacey Chabert. I had to think of one who's still actually making Hallmark movies.
I was like, that was
Right.
Netflix though.
Lacey Chabert does make Hallmark movies too.
Oh, she does. Oh, okay,
No,
well,
but-
she was in.
no, but
I
I-
watched. I shouldn't say I watched. I was conscripted to watch Hot Frosty.
I watch Hot Frosty. It's insane.
I'm.
Also,
no
there's
idea what
a
that
It's
bunch.
exactly.
They put a
it's
bunch
exactly
of the
what
like
it says on the
Hallmark
tin,
ones
Marcelo.
on
It's
Netflix.
Okay.
Hot Frosty the Snowman.
is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um.
No, but I feel but watching a Hallmark movie or those people who watch Hallmark movies, like it's got to be like so much fun because it's just really laid back and really
Oh
lovable
yeah.
and
I
dumb.
mean, I say this. I love Hallmark movies. I also make fun of them while watching them.
Yeah,
like-
yeah.
I am a delight to watch a Hallmark movie with.
I bet you are.
And then there are some the I think it's called Biltmore Christmas. My friend and I watched it last year, and halfway through we're like, "Why is this one actually good? What is this?" like, exactly. Yeah, they're on the person's on the Enterprise, but they go back to their like lower deck ship, and the big ship. It's like the big city. It's no good for them.
Right.
This is also they've kind of gotten a little better at this. Hallmark movies are so anti-New York in a way that is
Really?
hilarious.
Because New York is a good shorthand for hustle bustle, big city.
Yeah, but they
that
all are
you-
just
that
like
you have a frame of reference because you've seen it in other movies, whereas like
Yeah.
people know that Chicago's a big city, but they don't have the same cultural touchstone.
I
don't think.
I
Right.
know that RC. It is still insane how much they'll just hate on New York.
Sorry, you're right. I'm sorry. I mean, like,
Like, it's like she's from New York. Okay, there's a one. I don't think this movie is actually Hallmark, and it might be. It was, but it's a made-for-TV Christmas movie. It's a little older. It's called Sons of Mistletoe. I watch it every year. Am I telling you it's a good movie? I don't know. I can't be objective on this.
Sons of Mistletoe.
But they're
Okay.
just like so anti-New York that it's insane.
a friend of mine works in a ranch in Wyoming. And
Okay, yeah, that is the plot to a Hallmark movie.
Well, their local breakfast diner just shut down, and I said, and his name's Matt, and I said, Matt, this is your opportunity. You got to buy this place out. You got to be because he's a cook, and he's like, you'll be the small town cook trying to save the business, and then some big city girl is gonna come into town, and you're gonna sweep her off her feet and teach her how important it is to live in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
They're
Also-
literally like, it's like
Also, if she
it's like
if she already has a boyfriend, good. She should be emotionally cheating while this is happening.
Oh my god.
But literally, he's like 5-hour drive from the closest airport, which is Denver,
Wow.
Colorado, and he's in Wyoming.
No.
Yeah, well, I wasn't kidding when I said the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I know. No.
Wow. Uh,
Here's hoping that he gets to live out a Hallmark dream.
Yeah.
Hallmark life.
yeah. Yeah.
I want to see a Hallmark movie where she's like, no, I have a job back in New York. You want a date? Come with me.
Come with me
There,
and like
there are no job prospects here.
there's
I
nothing here
cannot
in the
help you
middle of
run
nowhere.
this bakery.
Yeah.
That will not pay the bills.
No, I'm not paying a shit.
I need to get a 401k.
I need insurance.
We live in America. We are screwed.
If we want to be starting a family, we need insurance.
My health insurance company is down one CEO.
Oh, God.
I didn't know how I was going to work that in, but I.
It worked.
Good job.
You got it.
Isn't life
Y'all
fucking
like Star
weird?
Trek, right?
Yeah. Life is weird. Oh,
Yeah, the
life
slot is about to get started. That is true.
Yeah.
I'd be honestly more likely to mention those recent events than we are even on
No,
the
they are.
slot.
I,
That might be a good enough place to wrap
yeah.
it up because
Yeah.
I think I don't know if
We're
I could
good.
go anywhere productive at this point. But everyone should go check out the salon. And do you guys want to say where people can find you?
Yeah. If you guys want to find me, the best place to find me is on Blue Sky. I'm at Creek Fanatic 88. I also have a link that's linked to my Blue Sky. It's where it's the link directly to my link tree. It shows you all my social medias where you can come and see what I'm doing online.
And you can find me on Blue Sky or Threads at RC Byler, or you can find the podcast that I do with Rachel and a few other friends at
Yeah.
masksandmayhem.com.
Yeah, you can also find me on Masks of Mayhem, obviously. I'm around on the internet basically everywhere because I have an addiction. At Drummadork884. I'm trying to use Blue Sky more because Twitter's being Twitter. Trying to post videos until TikTok goes away. Isn't using social media fun. And yeah, and I'm here every time except if it's Thanksgiving, if there's a new Star Trek episode for our first reaction stream, and make sure to check out the main show tomorrow. Live long and prosper, everyone.